U.S. Thanksgiving is this week. Are you going to start to see some moves here, whether some organizations that are kind of in that, the doldrums? There's 25 teams kind of lumped up together, or you name it. Are you going to see some moves for a team to try and separate themselves?
Well, I think it comes down to how much of a stomach, how much they're willing to stomach, shedding pieces off. You mentioned Vancouver. Right. As of now, Quinn Hughes doesn't appear to be a part of that conversation.
Why not? Why not?
That's what I was just about to say. If you're unloading everything, what is he possibly thinking about that?
No kidding.
He must be looking at this saying, guys, I'm leaving. I'm not.
I love the tweet
we're
today.
Terrible.
Some veteran players available, but not yet for Quinn Hughes.
Not Quinn. We'll figure that out.
Why not? He should be the first.
Right, because you can likely. Listen, it's difficult mid-season, and it's difficult with a hard salary cap. It's tough to do. But if I'm a prospective team out there, not named New Jersey, who everyone is connecting him to, but if I'm thinking, okay, in a year and a half he's going to New Jersey, July 1st, 2027 or whatever it is, that's where he's going. And if that's what he's planning, then so be it. But you can get, I think, the second best defenseman in the world, certainly a top 3 defenseman or 4 defenseman.
For a year and a half?
For a year and a half.
2 playoff runs.
Dude, that's what are you not willing to trade for that? If you're quote unquote in a window, if you feel like you're really right there and ready to pounce, and we could go through the list of teams that might represent that, but man, how could you not say just you tell me, Jim Rutherford, what's it going to take? Because if he's willing to come here for a year and a half, we're taking him because he's that good, and that's the definition of an impact player. Nashville doesn't have that anymore. Yossi isn't that guy.
Yeah.
Saros, it's a big contract. I don't know. St. Louis doesn't have it. No one has it to that extent. Quinn Hughes is a legit top 5 or 6 player in the world. I'm calling him off the hook and saying, yeah, I'll look at Jake DeBrusk. I'll look at, different guys like that, good players.
Connor Garland. There's lots of players
good
there.
Players.
Philip Hronik, really good players.
But this league turns on its head if Quinn Hughes gets flipped.
But
now we're talking.
So Brian, you're right, but the team that is trying to acquire him, it's going to be picks and prospects. It can't be live roster players because you're not going to weaken your team unless it's somebody who you're trading out. You need the cap space. So you need to trade a defenseman that's on your roster already to move for Quinn Hughes to slide in there. But it's a lot of picks and prospects because if Vancouver is going to go through scorched earth situation, they don't need a 25-year-old player that's really good. They need a high draft pick or a multiple first-rounders and a 19-year-old that's playing in junior right now. That's what they need.
Sure, and I'm sure there's, again, we'd have to look through it, but I'm sure there are examples of that. I think he's one guy, though, that you kind of make the exception because we're talking about the 2 years, Noodles, where I think you do trade a 22-year-old stud for him because, yes, you're not weakening your team. You're getting Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, you're right.
You're getting a substantially better player than that 22-year-old who is really good.
Okay, so let's just let's be crazy here.
I'll give you crazy because I know exactly where you're about to go. Let's say the Leafs are really rocking right now, and it's going to cost you Matthew Nyes. I'm doing it. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm doing that plus the picks and that's how good Quinn Hughes is.
I was trying to figure out teams that were linked to Rasmus Andersson. So maybe the Leafs would be one of them. I'm trying to think. I'm looking at Dallas, for example. Would Dallas trade Wyatt Johnston for him?
I would.
See,
that's my answer. That's what I'm
really?
saying. As good as Wyatt Johnston is, this is Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, you're right.
This guy is so good. He shows up, plays 28 minutes immediately, and is the best player on your team. Better than Heiskanen, who's great. Better than Harley, who's great. We're using Dallas as an example.
And just
to be clear, the Leafs better not make this deal right now. They're not going to make that deal. I'm not saying the Leafs should. I'm saying in a different world, the Leafs have 30 points right now and are rocking and man, they're one puck-moving defenseman away. Yes, I'm doing –
it's all in. Yeah.
Basically, as much as I love Nyes, as much as I love Wyatt Johnston, as much as I love whoever it is. Yeah, exactly. Name a player. You're getting them for 2 runs, man.
Yeah, Wyatt Johnston's an interesting one, Hayes.
He's such a great player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Quinn Hughes, man. Quinn Hughes.
I know,
Like,
but they,
he's-
you know,
You don't,
I guess
that guy
Dallas
doesn't stumble across your path very often, man.
Well, Dallas isn't probably the
they
right.
got
case
Heiskanen
study.
and Harley on the
Yeah.
left side. They're not
maybe
making that
it's
trade.
maybe it's Vegas. Maybe it's Vegas because Vegas lost Pietrangelo, and you know I'm doing their game tomorrow. Like I'm looking at their roster. They're banged up. You know they're banged up, but they still have good players there. They took a beating in Utah last night
Yep.
at 5-1. I didn't love their game. Didn't play well, but you know that happens. But you know Pietrangelo off the books.
Well,
Could you go after him?
I think they would. And there's an example. Like, is it? Again, I don't know what the deal looks like. Picks, prospects, and Dorofeev. And they're like, well, we want him and we want picks and prospects. I'm doing
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Thank
yeah.
you. Go
but
ahead.
I don't know if
I'm
don't
doing
know if
everything
you
I
make
can
him-
to get Quinn Hughes, I guess is what I'm telling you.
But you with full well knowing you're mortgaging your future because this guy out the door in a year and a half going to play with his brothers.
Probably is, yes.
That's the other
maybe
thing,
you
too.
can convince them, right? Maybe Jersey's a mess in a year and a half. The league is in a weird cycle right now. You know, maybe in 2 years he looks at it and goes, "Oh, I'll wait my time out. Maybe they can come meet me in a few years." I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm
Well,
just saying,
somebody else
like,
said, I don't know, it was on Twitter, somebody else said, you know, there's another team close to Jersey with a head coach that's familiar with Quinn Hughes. Never know. Ricky Tockett's in Philly.
Yeah.
But
Never know.
where's
Never
Philly
know.
in their progression? You know what I mean? Like that's
I think sometimes when a player like that's available, Jamie, you just got to say, forget about the progression. Like,
well, but does
The
it
guy's
make
not-
sense? Does
Philly's
it make
just
sense
not that good.
for
That's
Philly?
the thing. Like-
That's my question. Does it make sense for Philly to go? Like, there's probably like I get you, but there's probably a few teams that would go, I'd love to have him on my team, but we're just not there, you know, to make it happen. Keep in mind, I believe he has a full no move and all of that, so he can just go, yeah, I'm good. No, I'm not doing that.
Right.
So there's a lot of things. We're just doing the Joe from the bridge and making things up here as we go. But Philly's an interesting team, but maybe the team that's tied with them in the standings, Florida. It's just
Maybe Tampa. Like Tampa won
Tampa.
again last night. Hedman's out. Anyway, we're
Yeah.
getting crazy now.
We
but
are getting crazy.
Point
but
is, there's teams that might be opening the door,